So, welcome guys. We're live now. That's good.
Hey.
I'm Dragonfly. With me is Turn 1 Glistener Elf. And we're streaming the quarterfinals of the Frontier League. Forgot what season it actually was. We have... he had a name with numbers. A name with numbers. Versus candygandhi. 4-color Midrange versus Mono Red Burn. Wizard's Burn. So we're looking at opening hands now.
Yeah, I'm seeing one lander on the bottom.
I'm
seeing double Soulscar Mage. I mean, granted, there are one drops.
All right.
Everything in there either is or can be a one drop.
Can you give the players the signal to actually go and play?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Just tell them you're good to go?
Yes. And then from the mid-range perspective, I think we're also looking at a keepable hand. We're looking at Knight of Autumn, which is great in the matchup, Siege Rhino, which is also great in the matchup, and 2 removal spells. So.
Oh geez, yeah, you and I were talking before this got started about how good Knight of Autumn and Siege Rhino are in the match.
Yes.
And both happen to be there. Now,
Both.
Assassin's Trophies can be a little bit awkward here in just a moment, and the reason I say that is because Assassin's Trophy will give lands to a one-land hand there.
Yeah, that's a good thing to point out. I also, this is a minor nitpick, but I think he should have probably started out with the Prairie Stream, because that always enters untapped, while Fetch can actually get a always enters tapped, while Fetch can get a untapped land.
I don't know what he might be threatening. There is Overgrown Tomb in the format now, so theoretically he could be threatening a Fatal Push there. But yeah, I'm with you on that.
I mean, just looking at his hands, being able to play Assassin's Trophy on curve is more important, I think.
Okay, so we're going for the, instead of having it come in tapped, it looks like we're going for the have it come in untapped on turn 3 plan.
Oh, that also makes sense, because now the Prairie Stream just comes in. Yeah, alright, I can see that, We're also
swamp next, so that we'll have all 4 colors.
Yeah, and we're also looking at a Siege Rhino on curve. His curve is looking pretty sick.
And Trophy now. Trophy can come down now.
Yeah, and Trophy deals with Copter. Cleanish.
That just showed up, yeah.
I mean, 8071 didn't know that the Smuggler's Copter only just was drawn, so...
Fair enough, to be sure.
So, just some things to note about the matchup. The aggressors should be pretty straightforward, I think.
Oh yeah, we know who's the beatdown.
Yes. The mono red deck is really aggressive. It runs like 12 creatures, and the rest is all and Smuggler's Copters, and then the rest is all burn spells. No Assassin's Trophy there.
No.
I mean, I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna answer it with the Knight of Autumn. That makes sense. Yeah, it does. 3 Assassin's Trophy. Assassin's Trophy isn't that bad in this matchup. It's not like the mono red player is gonna do a whole lot with all that mana. So.
I'm a little curious why it wasn't end of turn Assassin's Trophy into to take out the Soulscar Mage, into Knight of Autumn take out the Smuggler's Copter. Just to make sure you had a clean board. I mean, I don't dislike this because now the Soulscar Mage would have to trade with the Knight of Autumn. Even, I mean, a Prowess Trigger wouldn't do it. It's the burn deck though. He knows that, so it's not going to actually trade. Oh well, I say that.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think you block air.
No.
I think we're just.
You could, but no, it's probably not.
I think we're just gonna see.
If you block, it's dead.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah. I think we're just gonna see both the 1-drops here.
I don't necessarily dislike. So if you block this Soulscar Mage, they either have to use a counter, or use a burn spell, I mean, or lose the Soulscar, and then Soulscar is a way to fight Siege Rhino. Because of the -1/-1
yeah, that's true, but 99% of the times there's just going to be a shock to your face, and then the knight also dies.
Oh yeah.
So Siege Rhino is gonna trade him for 3. Oh, it showed up. Nice. That's pretty cool. Siege Rhino, the card we all know and love from Standard, back when I didn't even play the game.
It had a hidden ability. You know how Yu-Gi-Oh cards have a hidden ability on them that the characters in the show know about?
No.
Siege Rhino has a hidden ability that you're gonna find some more copies real soon. Heard is the ability. Or at least
Yeah.
it did in Standard. So Siege Rhino into Siege Rhino into
So I'm assuming we'll see a Wizard's Lightning on the Siege Rhino end of turn, just shrink it down, and then get a Lava Runner plus another burn spell on the Rhino and attack for like a bunch of damage.
That makes sense.
We're killing the...
Oh, we're doing it on the night.
Oh, I like this play. I think. Let me have a look at this graveyard real quick. Oh, now I like it for sure. So I think.
Burn spells to. Oh, go on.
So I think the player is to play Lava Runner, shock face, and then just attack with all. And if he blocks, you eat it with a Wizard's Lightning.
Okay.
So yeah, see.
Fair enough.
I really like this play. This has been a really good draw from the Mono Red player, I think.
I think the mid-range deck is getting punished for not using the Assassin's Trophy on curve.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it still
definitely.
would be a great spot.
I mean,
you know.
you should probably still keep in mind that the extra land would just allow him to cost another lightning this turn.
Mm.
But I still think that overall he should have maybe trophied. Especially because he has multiple copies in hand and he only has 1 green source for now.
Mm.
I mean, this is actually an interesting decision. You could go face with the lightning. That would really add up. It'd be like 9 damage this turn. Alright, not gonna go for it.
Yeah, we're gonna take the bird in the hand, take the Siege Rhino out, make it a 1/2, the 2/2 Lava Runner beats it.
I mean, this is...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably better now I think about it. I think this game is over though. So, as a reminder to our viewers, this match is a best of 5, which means we'll only see sideboarding after game 2 of the series.
That's right. So, okay. So, I see a Flight Strand that now can go and get a black Tango land, and it'll come in untapped. That means we could do a maximum of 2 Assassin's Trophies here.
I mean, we're also looking at recurring both the Rhino and the...
So let me look at that mana. Find. Okay, so let's see. So we've got Find is 2 mana, Knight of Autumn's 3 mana. We can do that this turn if we have... Now let's see. So we use, say... We'd have to fetch for a green mana to do that. We could Forest, Swamp, Find... use the...
Yeah, there's a Prairie Stream in the... no, wait. That's not the one I'm looking for. There's a Temple Garden, which you kind of don't want to fetch.
Ooh.
I don't see any of the... Is there a green Tango land? No,
there's one Selesnya Tango land, if I remember. Yeah, because it's an ally.
I mean,
Green-wise allied.
It's a hybrid, so you could also fetch... Wait, no, there's actually no more Tango lands in the deck.
No. Ooh, okay. So we're fetching.
And with Overgrown, you can't fetch Overgrown Tomb. There's no way to cast 2 Assassin's Trophies this turn.
No, you're right then. Given the mana base, you're right. So since that can't be done, like I guess
shocking yourself and going back up to 12 with the Knight is probably the right play.
At the very least, that would trade with Lava Runner, and then you'd only take... he doesn't know about the Wizard's Lightning, so he doesn't know he's going to take more than 2, but it looks like 2. Okay. And like you said, Siege Rhino next turn. So
Yeah.
Since we're getting 2 back, Knight now, Siege next turn.
So he's at a virtual 15. with a Siege Rhino in play, that thing is kind of big.
Yeah. If we're not being aggressive with the Wizard's Lightning, then Candygandhi is probably in a good spot. If we don't go Wizard's Lightning just to get the extra 2 points from Prowess, then you could Wizard's Lightning to shrink the Siege Rhino later. And since Candygandhi knows about the Siege Rhino now, if he sees that line, then I think he's in good shape.
Yeah. I mean, he could also just stop back another burn spell and...
Well, okay, there is that. That's true.
The other interesting scenario is if he draws Flame of the Celt, do you use the Wizard Lightning this turn? You probably do. You'd have to do some calculations though, probably. Alright, so... I looked up the numbers. 8071. 8071 is back up to 12. Oh, well.
Okay, so we can kind of have our cake and eat it too.
This is just lethal, I think. Is it?
So, Knight of Autumn block, 2 Soulscar Mages. If we cast twice, we have 2 Prowess triggers. 1 + 1 + 1 times
so
2 is 6.
I think...
Plus Lightning Strike plus Wizard Lightning, so that's 12. Yes, this is lethal.
It is not if he blocks a Soulscar Mage.
No, you're right. It's not if he blocks the Soulscar Mage.
But if he blocks a Soulscar Mage, we just fire off 1 and leave.
Okay,
Call it a day.
He's blocking Lava Runner.
Alright, well in that case he's dead.
I mean, it's lethal. Yeah.
I mean, this was what? I think we saw 5 burn spells, 3 1-drops and a copter.
So he's gonna die with 3 Assassin's Trophies and a Siege Rhino in hand.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. Man.
Must resist urge to put something in chat, like a
I mean, the stream won't see it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
The players will see it, and I don't want to tilt somebody.
Makes sense. All right, so I think this is kind of the problem with the 4-color mid-range deck. We saw the mana base not really cooperating here. And we also saw the deck just being generally kind of slow. So...
Yeah.
But...
And that... Oh, and beyond that, that's with Knight of Autumn and Siege Rhino and
That's,
a way to get them both back.
that was two... Yeah, that was 2 Knight of Autumns and a Siege Rhino. Which is... he killed a Smuggler's Copter and gained 7 life, and he still died on... What is this? Turn... 6?
Something like that. We've... I think... I think Numbers... I'm going to say Numbers... has hit every land drop. So I think that would be... Yeah, their turn 5. And who went first?
I'm pretty sure Gandhi did.
Okay, so yeah, turn 6.
No, he didn't, actually. Because he was able to answer the Copter with a Knight of Autumn on turn.
Oh, no, you're right, you're right.
So this is his turn 5.
Wow. Turn
Wow.
5.
Yeah, just wow. Just...
Frontier is a cool format.
Yeah, it's going pretty fast. You're new, right?
I don't get to play it too much. Not a lot of people around here that'll...
Yeah.
But then again, it's also... I play like everything in paper, so
yeah.
While there is an online scene, I don't jump to it as readily as I probably
so,
should.
If there's any player out there still thinking Frontier is just 4-color mid-range decks grinding each other out, it turns out that the red decks are pretty fast, if I can say so.
And speaking of which, while we're... wait a second, they're not going to sideboard for Game 2.
No, we're just waiting for Game 2 to start.
Well, in that case, little bit of background. We were talking before this all got started. When I'm serious, I play like a 4-color mentor control, but when I'm not being serious, I like to brew in every format, so including Frontier.
I love brewing.
Oh yes, and not to say that the brews are necessarily good. I mean, I've tried brewing Time Walk for crying out loud, so you know,
brews definitely aren't always good.
No, but you know that's I'm excited to get to do commentary here, and
Yeah.
if I ever get to jam something like this, I'm sure I'll run a brew. I'm sure it won't go very well. All right.
There's
No,
also
in
like
all seriousness,
you
go
also
on.
do the whole YouTube thing, right?
I do. I'm T1 Glistener Elf on YouTube, and I love. It seems like a bunch of people will say it's turn 1. Every now and then, someone will say tier 1 Glistener Elf. Probably not anymore.
What kind of
But
videos do you
it's
do?
always turn 1. Mostly it's gameplay. It's paper gameplay. That's
Ooh.
my preference for how to play, how to record.
That's pretty
I
cool.
also do tasteful memes. Tasteful, not cursing, that sort of thing. My favorite being a Tom Ross compilation. Tom Ross, the Invec player.
Yes.
Him winning. I've synced that up to the Evangelion theme. I've synced that up to Drop It. I've synced that up to, and this is something that hasn't gone on YouTube, so the people listening to this will get a sneak peek. Synced it up to another
Cool.
song, which is every day I'm shuffling. It's the same beat. It's the same beat, so it works somehow. But enough about me.
Nice.
The game.
Yes, onto the games. I think.
Yes, I'm sure they are sick and tired of hearing about me. All right, so
All right.
once again, we've got a one-lander. This
I
will
don't-
be on the draw. So
I don't think you
chance
can keep this.
which one are we on about? Oh,
They both
Oh.
capped.
oh,
That's an aggressive keep.
yeah. On the draw, I guess. But yeah, I'm with you.
Do you shock yourself for the fatal push here?
Yes, I think you want the. I
You
think
wanna-
you want the tempo, and if
I also
So,
think you want to play
actually-
advocate on curve.
yeah, and if Soulscar Mage is out, even one of the 2 damage burn spell trinket to a no one.
Yeah.
But yes, I think you do want the advocate out on curve.
All right, so he's still deciding on what to fetch.
So that's overgrown, I'm guessing.
Yes, that's overgrown
Yeah.
tomb. Now, is it tapped or untapped?
Do it. Do it.
He isn't. All right. Did we decide yet?
It looks like.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah, I think in this matchup, in the Foster matchup, tempo is just so important.
I will note that he doesn't look. No, he doesn't. It's way too late to make this a Sparta reference. But when the Soulscar Mage gets fatal pushed off the cliff. Alright, so anyway.
No, just
like
no.
you said, no, I'm sorry. I'm not. Sylvan Advocate.
No, I think I think you play Siphoner here, right?
Do they know each other's deck list?
They do. They
do?
have
Okay,
full
so
access to
then-
deck list.
Yeah, in that case, he knows he doesn't have to worry too much about haste. It's just Monastery Swiftspear for haste, and I think he would have played that first if he had it. So in that case, I think you're right to play the Siphoner. If you're worried about haste, if you're worried about Swiftspear coming
Yeah.
down,
I
in that case,
I
would
like
say.
your entire line of thought, except for the thing that I probably play the Soulscar Mage first if I'm playing the red deck. And the biggest reason for that is it's a wizard for Wizard's Lightning.
Ah. That
Um,
makes sense.
and the other reason is that I think the upside is just a little higher on having the haste creature still in hand.
That's certainly fair enough.
All right, so Gandhi needs to find a second land like
There you go. You called it.
Now.
Commentator's blessing.
now. Oh, I thought it was curse most of the time.
Usually, right?
So I imagine we're playing Lightning Strike on the Advocate and hitting him for 2. 1 actually.
So
Oh,
it
we're
looks
playing
like you're gonna
Copter.
Smuggler's Copter and keep it up as a blocker.
Yeah, that makes sense. It still can't block the Siphoner, which is gonna draw numbers,
Mhm.
an extra card here. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
numbers, but I'm just not gonna put in the effort to remind the name.
You 807 something.
8071.
I think. There we
Yes. Alright, there's the third land. And this is rough because he can
go. Yeah.
fetch a Planeswalker, play the Knight of Autumn, and that should just win him the game, I think.
Mm.
With 2 more Fatal Pushes and an Assassin's Trophy in hand, that's rough.
And And the language is just icing on the cake here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think you want to cast that here.
So I guess Devil's Advocate, he doesn't know that Lightning Strike, Wizard's Lightning is in hand. It is the there. Oh, okay. Just to the shake to show it's vigilant. Nice. It is possible that enough tempo could be robbed from numbers that enough time is bought that Burn can get back into this, but that doesn't seem terribly likely. So
No.
what I'm saying is right now, other than Night of Autumn, there's not really a clock. We don't have a Siege Rhino, we don't have Scarab God yet. So
I mean, this is still
possible.
this is still 4 damage a turn.
Oh god, yeah, no kidding. Let's see.
So here's the thing: the reason why I don't like this line is because he only gets to use 1 of his mana this turn. I don't think there's... he can fetch a Watery Grave if he wants to trophy, I suppose. Alright, so he can technically trophy if he wants to.
Fire Temper.
I hope my mic didn't...
More.
I hope my mic didn't catch that cough.
It's okay. Let's see.
I still just feel like using the less flexible answer first, that also uses more of your mana potentially. It feels better to me.
I don't disagree. But it's a little weird. We're looking at all of this
Oh,
with perfect information. Ooh.
my untap just crashed.
Okay. Let me tell you what's going on.
Cool.
You're still... All right. So, Smuggler's Copter is resolving, and I'm assuming no attack because there's a Smuggler's Copter. No, okay, fetch. No, there's a fetch of a Flooded Strand. So.
Yeah, that's probably okay. I'm back in now. Not everything is visible quite yet, but we're getting there. I'm sorry, viewers. I'm sorry.
Hey, it happens.
Alright, so I imagine we're seeing a Watery Grave in a moment. If my screen would actually work, please.
It looks
Oh,
like
Temple Garden? Wait, what's the other card? I can't see the cards.
Forest is the... Okay, so we're going to their turn.
I don't like this line at all. I'm gonna refresh again because I can't actually see any of the cards that were there before.
I'll keep talking.
Cool.
I've been yapping, so I'll keep Yeah, I agree. Not having blue mana at this point. Now, granted, though, there is white mana, and you need the white mana for Night of Autumn. And no Hallowed Fountain yet.
I can see stuff. No, the reason I want the Watery Grave is so I can use my mana on the Assassin's Trophy.
I agree. It looks like they're gonna take Smuggler's Copter, block, and respond with Fatal Push.
Yeah, before blocks, that is.
Yeah. Oh, okay, before blocks? Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, that denies the loot. It's a pretty common play pattern. Crewcopter, can I move to my next phase? No, you can't.
No, okay. I'm not terribly familiar with Untap, so I missed that. Sorry about that. But yeah, you're right. That is the better thing to do.
Yeah, so just plug in Untap real quick. The thing I like about Untap is that it plays very much like Paper Magic, like things are implied, you know?
Okay. Hey, fair enough. Alright, looking at drew into Lightning Strike.
Why?
Candygandhi.
Yeah.
If we want to run it back yet again, we could just do yet another Smuggler's Copter. Alternatively, there's not really a good alternative. You can do Wizard's Lightning, or you can do one of the Lightning Strikes. But no, we're
I mean, he's dead. He's just not going to be able to cast his cards, and he's going to die.
That's right.
Like, if you have an extra land there, you can kill both the Advocates, attack for 2, and maybe you're getting somewhere, but this just isn't going to do it.
No.
And well, I feel like numbers didn't... I mean, I'm not sure if you can say that one decision tree is better than the other one, but I think playing the Night of Autumn on turn 3 is the thing that I like more, because Gandhi would probably be forced to chump here at that point.
That's right. You get rid of the Copter just as you did, and you have a bit of a better clock.
Yeah. Especially because he didn't Assassin's Trophy the new Copter at the end of turn either. Which means that he didn't use 2 of his mana.
So Candy's debating whether they want to chump here.
I think he's debating whether he wants to scoop.
Oh, okay, or that.
I think we're getting into that territory right now.
Yeah.
I think the answer to his question is probably yes.
Take 6, go to 4.
And then?
All right.
Draw a
What's
land.
it gonna be?
Death.
Moving. So it's showing on my. Oh, okay. So that's a wild slash. There we go.
Oh, alright. The wild slash showed up a while ago on my screen.
Nice. Just I don't know, lag on mine. I guess it's all good.
Anything going on?
How do we? We don't. Is the short answer. We don't.
We can technically. Can we survive? Yeah, we can survive.
We can, yeah, wild slash take out one of them. Wizard's lightning take out another. Chump block take 2, and we're at 2.
Yeah, and then
that's about it.
this is before combat.
Yeah, I guess.
This line seems off. Because I think now numbers will just... He's not gonna fit a Assassin's Trophy before combat.
Mm.
I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't Assassin's Trophy because... wait, does the land enter tapped or untapped? That's the thing. It enters...
Oh, it enters untapped.
Alright, well
Trophy.
that's actually surprisingly relevant.
Hmm. Well, I may be missing something, but is it? Because the Fiery Temper, the Madness only works on discard, and I don't see a discard outlet now.
Yes, but you don't... Numbers doesn't know Gandhi's hand, of course, so he doesn't know how many 1-mana burn spells are in there.
That's fair.
Alright, so he's gonna be able to keep the board clear after this turn.
Numbers is, quote, thinking on wizards. Is that like thinking with portal? Okay, so before blocks. Alright. Yeah,
Wait,
so
wait, is he doing this before blocks?
Yeah, I think
That's suicide. That's suicide. Hold on. Wait, why is the lightning before blocks? That's suicide. Yeah, I was just gonna say, because now this is... He's stepped out, so there's no reason.
Candygandhi just missed that line. That's the reason. Candy just...
If he waits on the lightning till after blockers, he might live.
Alright, and there's the GG, so we're moving on to game 3.
Alright, that means sideboarding. So...
Alright.
It's kind of unfortunate that I wasn't able to fix the overlay, so you can't actually see the decks. But I'll just go through the sideboards real quick. For Gandhi, we have a Torment Script, 2 Abrade, 2 Harsh Mentor, 2 Roast, 1 Smash the Smithereens. Oh, 1 Abrade. I can't read.
Okay.
1 Abrade, 2 Harsh Mentor, 2 Roast, 1 Smash the Smithereens, 2 Ether Spear Harvester, 1 Goblin Chain Whirler, 2 Rampaging Ferocidon, 2 Experimental Frenzy, 1 Hazoret. Alright, what are we liking?
Well, Hazoret plays around a bit of the removal that we've seen. Assassin's Trophy won't work, it's indestructible. Languish will. And
Yes.
It looks like that's... let's see. Let me see. Are there any other answers to it aside from Languish?
I don't think so.
Well, you could make them discard it with Thought Erasure early, but
Yeah.
that's about it. Yeah, other than that, so I can see Hazoret coming in.
I could see Roast.
Yeah.
I mean,
see,
so the thing is,
that.
if you're not boarding Roast in here, I don't see what matchups you are boarding it in.
No, that's fair. It is the Siege Rhino killer. You want to... It's already sort of a 2-for-1 because they're draining 3 and getting a 4/5. But at least you're only using 1 card to kill it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Chain Whirler is fair. We saw a surprising amount of 1 toughness, especially when we consider that Night of Autumn is often not coming down as a 4/3. It's coming as a 2/1, and it's either killing a Smuggler's Copter or gaining 4 life.
Alright.
It'll deal the 1 damage to... what's it?
Siphoner.
The Siphoner, there we go.
Yeah.
Siphoner.
Alright.
Actually, now that I'm looking through the rest of the list, aren't those the only 1 toughness ones?
Yes.
It's still a 3/3 first strike, and even if it becomes a 4/3 knight or a tireless tracker 1 counter, first strike will still kill it.
Yeah, and combined with a burn spell, it also just kills a rhino if it blocks because of first strike. So is there any cards in here that we're not liking? I'm not a huge fan of Incendiary Flow. I think that's an easy cut. I feel like that's a card he's cutting a lot. It's just a card.
Factor might be slow, but it might be the devil you have to keep on you.
Yeah, so the thing you could do is cut the Flame of the Gods for Frenzies as well. I'm not sure if he wants to go there. Standard has pretty much shown us that Frenzy is better than Flame of the Celt. Although 18 lands, it's a 4-drop.
Yeah, in a mid-range deck, you might be able to last that long, but...
Alright,
I
so
don't know.
I'm actually looking at Gandhi's hand that he's gonna mulligan, but we see Roast and Ferocidon.
Ooh, okay.
If I'm
hello, yeah.
If
okay, so Ferocidon makes sense. Players can't gain life.
Yeah,
shuts
that's
down 6 cards.
that's relevant. We see Duressus, Thought Erasure is still on the deck, even on the draw. We actually were talking about this before the game started, and you were talking that you might want to keep in Erasure on the play, but not on the draw.
Yeah.
Let's see then.
That's interesting. Well, so the way, if this works on yeah, okay, so the mulligan's made first by Candy, and
Harvester,
on the draw, I would still keep the Erasure, because there's a mulligan on the other side.
Yeah. I mean, I think with 2 Duress and a Thought Erasure, you can safely keep this.
I mean, think of a Duress as you gain 3 life or prevent 3 damage.
Or in this case, there's just Harvester to kill.
Or yeah.
There's the Flaying Tendrils we discussed earlier. If I'm correct, they're DMing you their sideboard plans.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure if that has happened yet.
Ta-da! Alright, so Candygandhi just said, in 2 Roast, 2 Rampaging Ferocidon, 1 Aethersphere Harvester.
Alright, wait.
Shock. Oh, sorry. I'll slow down. So in 2 Roast,
yes.
2 Rampaging Ferocidon, and the 1 Aethersphere Harvester.
Alright, so no Hazards, no Frenzies?
No Hazards, no. Out, Shock, Fiery Temper, both Flame of Keld, like you said, and 1 Vaishino Pyromancer.
That's...
I can see, if you're taking out your worst creature and putting in 2 Ferocidon, I can see that.
Yeah, and I think that if you're boarding out Flame of the Celts, you probably want to board out Fiery Tempers.
Yeah.
The
Frenzy might just be too... this isn't a super slow match like Control. That might be what the Frenzy is there for.
Yeah. I don't see why you would want Harvester.
Let me take a look real quick. Alright.
I'm sniffing, sorry.
No, it's okay. That's a good question. So it's a 3/5. All of the removal that's going to be in the mid-range deck is non-damage based removal.
Yeah, it's all gonna kill it.
So I'm not sure. I guess even if it doesn't outright kill something, it blocks everything in the deck. So it can block a Siege Rhino for forever.
That's not where you wanna be though.
No, it's not.
You wanna be ignoring the Rhino and killing. Alright. So I'm assuming that Numbers is writing down the cards and taking the Harvester. This does leave the second Duress pretty much dead.
Oh, 8071 is getting the list to me. It just said 1 sec, so that's
okay, cool.
what the delay there is.
Alright. So, I think that Numbers is really hoping to hit his 3rd land drop for this Tendrils. He might not be hoping that right now. He will after the Pyromancer comes down.
Alright, and the crew on Harvester is just one, so no matter what comes down, as long as there's any creature.
Yeah.
I guess one of the other advantages to Harvester is that it gives sort of pseudo haste to your creatures. The only one that actually has haste naturally is
Swiftspear.
Monastery Swiftspear.
Taylor Swiftspear.
Runner will pretty quickly. But I guess when a Soulscar comes down late in the game, or a Pyromancer, or a Rampaging Ferocodon, Harvester will it'll give him pseudo haste to come in.
Is anything happening on your screen, by the way?
No. I think we're still waiting on numbers to get that sideboard list to us. I think that's what the delay is.
Okay, cool.
The duress just came off the table, so.
Wait. Huh? Huh?
Numbers just passed.
Huh? I'm pretty sure that a vehicle is not in fact a creature.
Oh, no. You can discard. Oh, okay. So Candy, there's a miscommunication.
All right.
That's all.
All right. So
Got lost. My fault. We love you, Gandhi.
does Windswept Heath? Oh. All right. I got a sideboard plan here. So we're looking at -1 Anafanza, -1 Trophy, -3 Siphoner, -2 Scarab God, +1 Flaying Tendrils, plus the rest, plus Caritas, plus Brutality. So that's all +2.
Okay.
Which means that the Liliana stayed in the deck.
Yeah.
It means that the Tracker stayed in the deck.
I like the Kalitas coming in, but that is a higher curve than I've been anticipating.
Yeah.
The tendrils make a lot of sense, and the tendrils are about to work wonders if a third land can be found. Which is a big if at this point, I guess.
I mean, you have a Surveil.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you're probably... you're at 14. How much do you care about taking 2?
Well, Thought Erasure
3.
thankfully turns into prevent 3 damage, surveil 1.
You're also shocking to cast it, though.
Oh, is there not a basic forest or plains?
No, you need blue mana to cast it.
Oh, no, I'm dumb. You're right. I'm dumb.
You could cast a Brutality.
I'm a real genius right here. Okay, so in that case, the other thing that could have happened is...
Wait, this seems...
And then you...
This seems off.
This is a Brutality, I think.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So the other play could have been Duress, and then you just fetch and have a Tango land, or have something come in tapped.
So,
total.
The thing I like about going for Thought Erasure over the Brutality is that it A, helps you make your next land drop, which is important. B, it fetches you your second black source in Watery... Oh wait, it can't fetch Watery Grave. It would have to fetch... It can't actually fetch blue. There's... Yeah.
Yeah, there's no other blue land in the deck.
Alright. In that case, okay. I didn't say anything. This line makes complete sense.
No, you're good. So I would think we discard Languish at least.
Yeah.
The Duress, if he thinks about it, the Duress really doesn't make a lot of sense to keep around here, because whatever's in their hand, if it's not that Ramanop that he already knows about, is going to come down.
Yeah, I think you're going for all 3 modes.
Yes.
Did you know that Brutality is really good versus Burn?
I play Modern too. Oh, yeah.
Alright, not going for the Drain. That seems bad.
I don't know. Are we... I don't know. I don't agree with that, of course, but I don't know.
Yeah, the other
the Duress is dead now. For the rest of the game, the Duress is dead.
Oh wait, he did drain 2. He pitched the Thought Erasure.
Oh.
That actually makes more sense.
I think I'd drop the Duress instead, because even if you're just seeing land, Thought Erasure will at least, like you said,
Well,
surveil, get you closer to land.
you don't have blue mana.
You're right. I'm dumb. You're right.
The other thing I want to say is that I think I like killing Pyromancer over Soulscar Mage, because with Gandhi down to 1 card in hand, he's not going to be able to get the Soulscar Mage to 2 power reliably.
I agree. I'll play devil's advocate. The counter argument to that is that Soulscar Mage can shrink your Siege Rock, which
Yeah.
at the time was the only creature in the hand.
Yeah, that's true.
Although it ended up working out. There's Tireless Tracker too.
Yeah. I also feel like your life total is probably more important than a Rhino. You're not going to be able to cost for like 2 more turns. I suppose the other argument is that Pyromancer is worse versus Flaying Tendrils.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
Land into Flaying Tendrils here is
disgusting.
If it happens, it's gonna be. Yeah,
It's interesting
so
that
punishing.
Gandhi decides to hold back the Soulscar Mage. That's another Rhino. That's not where we want to be.
No. That is a good read, but the duress is gonna punish that.
I mean,
Like, they have each other's deck lists, so he knows to play around Languish and Flaying Tendrils. So I like the play. It just ended up, in this one case, not working out.
I feel like he's winning right now.
Oh, no, wait, it's duress, so he gets to keep it.
Yeah.
Never mind, it's duress.
Yeah.
Don't!
I know you probably play a lot of Thoughtseize and Inquisitions, but the rest is
Oh, yes, I
not
do. That is
not quite Thoughtseize nor Inquisition.
Oh, jeez, Jay.
Wait, why is the desert going to the graveyard? Yeah, okay. Cool. Right.
I'm gonna take a swig of caffeine, just pure caffeine, to wake me up here.
It's like, what, 2 in the afternoon your time?
Late night. A little later than that, but, you know, late
You
night.
should be awake at that point.
Nah, what's that?
If anyone is supposed to be sleeping, it's supposed to be me. It's a 10:15 in the evening for me.
You're not wrong. That is how that works.
Alright,
Alright, and then the GG's.
oh, he's not even gonna try fetching black because he's gonna go to 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're moving to game 4. I hope numbers wins. I like covering 5-match game series. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I play, while we're in between games, I play Super Smash Bros. Melee, and usually the sets later in tournament are best of 5. So we do the same thing. We hope for, no matter who wins, best of 5, just so we can get as much of the game as possible.
The
So
only
I definitely understand that.
there's times where I don't wish for a game 5 though. A, when the team I like is winning. B, when it's late at night and I know I need to go to bed, but I really want to finish watching the series.
Fair enough.
Alright.
Yay.
So, what do you think about the decks and the matchup from what we've seen so far?
Before I answer that, do they get to go back to sideboards?
Yes, they do.
Alright. So, Gandhi won that one. Numbers is going to be on the play. The Thought Erasures get better, and I'm looking to see if there's anything...
Alright, so I got a... Hold on. I got a message from someone else saying that your mic needs to be louder.
Hello. Is that better?
I don't know.
I have my input turned up all the way, so...
It can't
I don't
really
know,
get
is
any
this
louder.
breathing quiet, or... Here, let me do
I
this
don't know.
real quick. Hope that my breathing doesn't get caught by the mic.
Alright, so we have... the cards that went out are -1 Anafanza, -1 Glintseef, -1 Trophy, -1 Scarab God, -1 Fine Finality, and then Tendrils, the rest, Kalitas, Brutality come in. Cool.
Alright, I like it.
Alright.
See, waiting to see the hand.
Cool. No sideboarding for Gandhi. He switched the Harvester for a Harvester. So, that's the thing about Untap. The other player can see how many cards you boarded in and out. So that's just something you can do if you want.
That's pretty neat. In Paper Magic, if I know the deck well enough, I try to take all 15 cards from my sideboard and shuffle them in together and take out 15.
Yeah.
So that my opponent doesn't know what I did.
Yeah.
Alright,
Cool.
so they're both keeping.
I mean, that makes sense looking at the hands.
I like the curve from numbers. We've got a 2-drop into 3-drop into 4-drop.
Yeah, and the 2-drops are Advocate, Tracker, and Rhino.
Yeah.
Those are good cards, FYI.
Those are. Hey, no arguments here. I'm with you on that.
I mean,
Ay.
he's on the plate, which is good, but there's a lot of damage in Gandhi's hand. Like, a lot of damage.
Yeah, Wild Flash 2, Lightning Strike 3, Temper 3, Risk Factor 8. I mean, not exactly.
It's either 8 or it's a bunch more because you get to draw 3 cards.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, here's the thing. Do we Lightning Strike the Advocate before combat, attack for 2, or do we swing in?
So you can get some value out of the Wild Slash if you attack, wait for blocks, Wild Slash, 2/-1/-1 counters, it's an 0/1, and then you kill it.
So,
But, you know, that... I can't say then you wouldn't do as much damage, and you'd still be using up one of your cards. So
Yeah,
I'm with the Lightning
and
Strike.
the other thing is it uses up less of your mana, so I like this play. So I think
yeah.
the advantage to not attacking is your hand is very burn heavy, so you could just attack, and I think there's a good chance that numbers doesn't block, and you just strike face and just deal as much damage as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But the tracker has vigilance, so that doesn't even work that way.
No. Alas, it's a green creature with vigilance, because color pie.
Wait, what is that? Wait, color pie? Can I eat that?
If only. Ugh.
Alright.
Back in New Phyrexia, what color pie? Phyrexian spells. Sorry, favorite set. It has Glistener Elf and a lot of my other favorite cards, like Gataxian Probe and Mental Misstep and everything else broken.
Yeah, I see what magic you like to play.
Broken magic.
Alright, so I think we're just throwing out this...
No, I like this play a lot from numbers. So you can Tireless Tracker next turn, play Fetch Land, play the Polluted Delta, and get 2 clues out of it.
I think we're playing Rhino.
We probably have to play Rhino because, you know, it's a burn deck, but otherwise, like, if that were the play, then I think Tireless Tracker comes down last turn. So you play the Plains instead, and then Polluted Delta, get Watery Grave, and you play the
Alright,
Siege Rhino.
so this was the other thing I was about to talk about.
Yes.
Do we cast the Risk Factor or just push way too much damage? This is 9 damage in total. He was at 16. He's supposed to go to... So there's 9 damage, so he's supposed to go to... 7.
16 minus 9, yeah.
You should probably point that out in chat. Because numbers is at 8 right now.
16 take 9?
Yeah.
That's what I'm putting in chat. 16 take 9.
So he's supposed to be at 10 right now.
Alright. Should 80-71 be at 7 into 10 is my question.
You should, yeah. Alright, that works.
Yeah.
Cool. Go back to talking lines. We'll figure this out.
Alright, yeah. So in any case, the Siege Rhino is coming down. Having had that explosive turn, you can't do the Tireless Tracker line that I figured. But otherwise, I was having a hard time seeing why you didn't just do Plains Tireless Tracker. He had 17. Okay, so... Gotcha, might be. So, candygandhi's saying he had 17 at the beginning of that turn. So... Alright. Okay, and he -1 when...
Oh, yeah.
Attacks, so
I just missed something in chat. That's my bad.
It happens.
Alright.
So we are at 11 then.
We are at 11. We got that figured out.
Numbers drew into Incendiary Flow. So
I don't think...
Just kill the Siege Rhino. We can super kill it if we want to.
I don't like any of the lines he has available this turn. I think he should have probably used the the Wild Slash instead of the Lightning last turn, because you know Rhino is a card, and you know that Lightning kills Rhino. Well, with Slash makes your 2 creatures trade. It doesn't actually.
Why are we doing risk factor at on your turn?
Because of the prowess trigger. Just maximizing damage.
Just for damage?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
fair enough, I
just
guess, but...
Look at the hand. There's 8 more damage in there. So I think he just wants to push as much damage as possible. Numbers decided not to block with the Rhino.
Yeah, no block.
Hold on. Slash kills it without a trade. I'm stupid.
So we're taking 4 and then taking 2?
And I'm playing another Rhino, going back up to 8, and then there's 8 damage in Candy's hand, and you're done.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Ooh, that's a really important draw.
Okay. So
That's a 1-mana gain 3 life right there.
Now, devil's advocate, if we want to play the Duress and the Siege Rhino, we have to pop the Polluted Delta or the Flooded Strand. And
Yes.
remind me, what are the basics that we're rocking here?
There should be a swamp in there. I mean, we don't even necessarily have
there
to.
is a swamp, you're right.
It doesn't even matter what basic he fetch, because he has, even without a fetched land used, he still has just all the colors.
As long as there is a basic instead of having to fetch shock for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because otherwise, prevent 3 damage by taking 3 damage, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
that
nice.
seems kind of useful. And then we're cracking this for a basic, playing a Rhino, going with 7.
Whew. I told you they have a hidden ability. They have Herd.
Yes, they do.
It's written in invisible ink. You have to either like have the eye they have in the show, or yeah, whatever.
What conspiracy theory is this? You're not one of these Q guys, right?
No.
Cool.
No.
Cool.
Heck no.
Cool.
I'm afraid I know what you mean by that. That's the thing. And suddenly the comments are now very political. I am sorry for that.
No, that's my bad. I brought it up.
No, earlier we were on about, like in Yu-Gi-Oh, they have hidden text.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I was referring to Pegasus.
That's the reference here.
Different game. Let's get back to Magic.
Worse game. Much worse game.
I play both, so I want to share the love.
No.
In Magic terms, the deck that I play in Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of like if you could go. There's a card in Magic called Show and Tell, where each player reveals a card from their
card is very balanced.
And imagine Show and Tell into Iona, the one that says you can't cast spells of a certain color.
Okay, cool.
But worse, it's like you can't cast creatures, period. And that's kind of what my deck does.
That seems fair.
Turn 1, you can't cast creatures, and it's my creature, and I'm just gonna try to like keep you from getting rid of that creature.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very fair. Fair and balanced.
This is a weird attack. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because he's probably gonna be dead anyway. But it is still a really weird attack. Because
go on.
So before you had the option of double blocking and at least keeping a Rhino alive and killing the Soulscar Mage, and now you're just doomed. I mean, if Gandhi uses a burn spell on the Rhino, I suppose that's fine-ish.
So I think Numbers is trying to 8071 is trying to close the game out before giving the burn deck too many more draw steps.
Yeah, there's also
go on.
There's a Shambling Vandal in the field, so that can gain some life next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, there is that. So that's another reason to play reserved.
Yeah, I mean you need to block her just because of because of the fact that there's a fiery temper in hand. This line seems off. Is there a reason not to use the temper instead of the lightning?
It was the lightning wasn't known about, right? It
Yeah.
was the fiery temper and the
Yeah.
wild slash.
Yeah.
Okay.
And using the fiery temper is also just more mana effective.
Absolutely. I don't agree unless there's some reason that we would also wild slash too. That's the only.
But
other
even
reason
but
I can
even
think
then
of.
now if you wild slash end of turn and you draw a burn spell, you're not going to be able to cast both. Well, if you use the temper and you draw another shock 1 mana burn spell, you can cast all 3 of the burn spells.
I mean, no, I'm trying to see the reasoning. It may have just been, it may have just been a miss.
Yeah, I just think
Maybe
it's a misplay.
We're not threatening anything else because we know what the other 2 cards are. So
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. So, I guess no. Shambling Vent has 3 toughness. So never mind.
Yeah. So the option here is we can Fatal Push and play a tracker, or we can fire up the vent.
If we fire up the vent and we wild slash, nope. Okay, never mind. I was about to say then it would have 0 power and it wouldn't gain any life.
Yeah, we know about that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
This makes sense.
So we're gonna get a clue. Even if we slash it in response, we can fetch in response and get another clue.
Yeah, and we still have the mana to Fatal Push, so
Yeah.
we're good. This game is just gonna come down to the next few draw steps. And using that wild slash instead of the using the lightning instead of the fiery temper might actually cost him the game here. Because he's at 10. That's not a high life total. Alright, so untap, big draw step.
I mean, we are moving on, right? Or are attacks being debated here?
On my screen, the Soulscar Mage is still tapped. Let's see how chat looks. We're at...
passing the turn to Candygandhi.
Yep.
Candygandhi's thinking about end of turn, wild slash, I guess.
I mean, the slash has to go face at this point.
Yeah. If we're trying to be maximally mana efficient, I guess we slash face, and then next turn we can temper. I don't know. That almost gets you there. Oh, and there's another fiery temper.
Oh, this is clunky.
The sound of my soul right now. Okay, so we see if...
Wait, how did these sideboard
that? Slash Wizard's Lightning, that's 5 mana, or 5 damage. And then next turn, if we're not dead, then we can...
Temper.
Temper.
Yeah. And...
Although we'd still potentially be dead, because we'd be at 2, Shambling Vent would gain 2, go to 4, and then you'd be out of temper range.
Yeah.
Good combat, though.
But I still think that you need to cast the temper instead of the lightning there.
No, I'm with you.
I'm not sure if it's gonna matter, but it's mattering enough, basically. To the point where it also just... Like, if you temper on the last turn, you can actually shock face end of turn and have another 1 mana burn spell as an out.
I'm reminded of on MTG Arena.
Oh no, that's not how it works.
Advice. One of the pieces of advice it tells you is when you're debating lines of play, usually the best one is the one that uses more of your mana.
Yeah, exactly. What I was just saying was total bullshit, but it doesn't matter. The point is still there. You leave a 1 mana burn spell as an outer. That's... So the logic I used was very faulty. The outcome that I got to was certainly true. Alright, so we're debating blocks here, knowing about a temper and a wild slash. I think we double block, and in case a burn spell goes to a creature, we push in response, and the game is
Yeah.
over. Yeah,
That's it.
the game isn't over then, but
So let's say, I mean, it is. So let's double block. If the other two go to the face to deal 5, then enough prowess triggers will be on the Soul Scar that you have to push it.
he can only cost one
Then you're
spell.
set to.
He can only
No,
cost.
You're right, because it's not Wizard's Lightning. It's not Wizard. We keep coming back to it's not Wizard's Lightning. Alright, crack fetch. So, get
Wait,
a clue.
yeah.
Yeah. 80, 71, going to 6.
I hope so. I mean, he can fetch a Tango Land if he wants.
Yeah. If we don't push, then even if it comes in tap, we can still crack a clue. If we have one come in untapped, which we'd have to take life to do that, so we're not, but...
We
if
can fetch
did-
basics.
So that was a flooded strand, right?
Yeah. Is there no basics
Okay,
he can
so-
fetch?
No, you're... For flooded strands, let's
No,
check.
there's no more basics he can fetch.
No more planes, yeah, and no islands to begin with. So-
There's no more Tango. He cannot fetch an untapped land here unless he wants to go down to 4, which seems really bad.
It might just be to get another clue. I assume this is done so that... Well, no, I don't know.
There's no
I'm
reason to
not
fetch
saying-
her.
Yeah, it's a fetch of convenience, perhaps. Like, if you're trying to bait out a burn spell on the tireless tracker, then you crack the clue to get a counter on the tireless tracker. Like, that works on anything that deals 2 damage. That might be what we're baiting out here. But that's kind of janky. So we've got another... Yeah, 2 clues.
Did you know having basics in your mana base is important versus especially these kind of aggro decks?
Maybe. Like, maybe that's what's going on. Maybe we're doing a bait of some sort.
I mean, I trust him to know his deck well enough to know that there's no more fetchable basics. All the basics in his deck are 1 swamp, 1 plains, and 3 forest.
Alright, so Temper going to Siege Rhino.
Yeah, and
Cross
then
trigger 2/3, fatal push it. Da 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 da.
that's rough.
Yeah. GG's.
Probably. Yeah, there's just lethal on board. Is there? Yeah, there is.
Almost.
There's
You
enough
have
mana
the-
to.
Oh well, yes. If you crack the.
Yeah,
Nope,
you
well,
crack a clue and activate fence, and
Yeah,
that's just lethal on board.
That's it.
So we're getting a game 5. Game 5. Game 5.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, me
Alright,
too.
Which will be on Candy on the play,
Yes.
and Burn on the play seems a little scary.
Little.
Just a little bit.
No. Oh wait, this is fine. Is this fine? Yeah, this is fine. Don't mess this up, please. Just for the love of God. All right. There we go.
Okay, we got there.
Game 5.
Okay.
All right. All right. All right.
Do we happen to know the story GFV the name? While we're in between, while we're
No, we do not. So I'm afraid I've been a little disengaged from the community the last few months because of school mainly.
fair enough.
So I haven't actually seen this player around before, I think.
Okay.
I'm sad to say that. I love the community, but it is how it is.
I mean, school for me the equivalent for that is work. I'm a little older than you are.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Still young at heart, so.
Still young at heart. Yeah, that's what my dad always says.
Well, I have a 3-year-old, so she kind of forces me to be young at heart. I'll play with her, and I feel.
My dad just keeps turning 28, you know? He just never does something else.
Well, that's actually how old I am, so we'll take it, I guess. I'm not gonna say what your age is, you young. Ooh! Do you see the quad lava runner hand? that
Do
I'm
you see the
seeing?
mulligan?
Yeah, 0 burn spells and
Yeah.
1 light.
That'd be actually just the second mulligan in 5 games, which is not a lot.
Oh no! I was about to say, when you're on the play, those easier to keep. Not like this.
No,
In game
no,
5.
no.
Not like this.
Please.
Okay, keep.
Alright, keep. This is keepable. This works.
Alright, so how do we do on Untapped? How do we do Vancouver? Never mind, there we go.
Yeah, you can just scry.
Yeah.
So Untap relies a lot on communication between players, just like Paper Magic, but most of the things work.
Alright. I love, as a paper player, seeing candygandhi card to candygandhi. And I'm like, hey, that's cheating. Wait a minute. Alright.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think that so the downside to Untap is that it's hard to like enforce rules, especially when playing with randoms. The upside, however, is that you're able to play a lot faster than you would an MTGO because you don't have to manually go through all the phases and steps. You could just shortcut it.
That's fair. As long as the players, like in Paper Magic, as long as you know what's going on, you can just kind of hand wave.
Yeah. And we've also developed the... So when you press boss turn, you're essentially saying, I'm going to my end step right now.
Yeah.
That's just things that have developed between players, you know?
I like the Flooded Strand here instead of the Prairie Stream because you can fetch for a tap land, but you can also hold up, like fetch for Watery Grave to get Stubborn Denial if you absolutely need it.
Yeah.
The downside to that is your next land is going to have to hurt as well, or be the Prairie Stream, which comes in tapped.
So, fetching for a Watery Grave to stop a 3 damage burn spell seems kind of pointless.
Like, Stubborn Denial isn't going to have a lot of utility in the match when Siege Rhino's not on the board, so if you can get some value out of it, I think I'd be alright with that. But yeah, you would be fetching, taking 3 to prevent 3 if you did that.
So so over fetching for a tap land, you're gaining 1 life. Is that a thing that you do?
When the opponent's on a mold of 5, honestly...
Yeah, on a mold of 5. I would have maybe liked firing off the Lightning Strike here. You're a burn deck after all.
Looking.
Looking real good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, but yeah, whether you're getting a tapped or untapped Watery Grave for sure, so that you can next turn Windswept Heath and be able to get Assassin's Trophy. You know.
So yeah, I think you're just hoping to find your 4th land, be able to cast Rhino and Kalitas and win the game with those.
Ooh.
That does not like what you want to see to me.
Oh, I mean, I don't dislike the Tireless Tracker. It gives you a play on curve, which we didn't have beforehand. We had 3 4-drops
you
and 3 drops.
You can't play it on curve if you play the Windswept Heath there.
You're right, you can't. If you play the Windswept Heath and don't draw another land, you're right, you can't. You would have to do the Prairie Stream here. Does that change what you do? I think it can.
I feel like
on a mold of 5, if you don't know what's in the opponent's hands, like Assassin's Trophy to give them lands to unlock more of their hand.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think this also showcases why I don't like Tracker in the matchup, because it's a 3/2. It dies to literally every burn spell.
That's it.
And in a matchup where tempo is pretty important, I don't think you can afford to be playing a 3-mana 3/2, because that's essentially what it reads.
I mean, if that had been taken out,
so he would have
come in for that.
So let me have a look real quick.
Let's see.
He would have.
Oh, go on.
He would have had copies of Siphoner instead, I think. Which he boarded out now.
Yeah. So Siphoner loses some life, but the card advantage... Well, that also dies to literally everything.
Yeah, but it's 2 mana instead of 3, which is kind of a big deal.
I guess when it's later in the game, I would rather have the tracker. Just
True,
grind the
but
opponent.
I mean,
But
we saw the Siphoner do some serious work a few games ago. So game 2,
no kidding.
it drew like 2 cards and dealt a bunch of damage. This is gonna walk into a very nice stubborn denial.
Yes.
That's juicy. Alright, hit him for 2. He's at a virtual, what, 7 right now? 6.
So yeah, about to take 2, go to 13, yeah, virtual, and then 2 burn spells next turn, yeah.
Wait, I was just gonna say you already took the damage, so...
No, he already did, you're right.
-9.
I was looking at the deck list and I missed the life total. I moved over to the... yeah. Alright, so 2 tap lands, we're gonna take that one.
This is awkward.
Yeah, this is a time when Siphoner, like you said, would make a lot more sense. Instead, we get to hold up the trophy.
Yeah.
But now that we see 3 lands, trophy basically just reads kill target creature, give them a slightly better margin to draw a burn.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
that's
it also brings them closer to activating Ramen runes.
That is true, but that's to close out the game, and we're not there yet. Okay, so we're doing the tracker here. Obviously, that's the only thing you can do other than, again, threaten a spell. If you didn't cast the trophy last turn, you're not going to cast it this turn. So tracker makes sense. Get a clue.
Yeah, and now we just untap, attack. He can't really block, and he's taking a lot of damage. So if we find a land here, it's gonna be especially ooh. Play land, attack, win. Is that how this works? I mean, not quite win, but be very close to winning.
I mean, tracker's gonna block. I don't see how tracker doesn't block in this spot.
Yeah, true.
But yes, that does get you very close.
So at 3 burn spells cost, the Soulscar Mage will have 4 power. So it's 1 damage versus the chance that numbers doesn't block.
And one of the reasons you'd block here anyway is you have
a Siege Rhino coming down.
Mage, so you want to get rid of whatever burn spells they might have so that they're less likely to shrink the Siege Rhino.
Yeah.
Same thing with Kalitas, although Kalitas is even more susceptible to it. Being a 3/4 instead of a 4/5.
How much? 9. 9 plus 4 would be 13. So he'd be no blocks. Do you fire off everything, or do you I think you keep back a Wizard's Lightning, actually. Yeah. I think that's the play.
Well, if you did 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's no block, you just win on this turn.
No. He already took 1 damage. He took 1 damage saying no blocks.
Numbers preemptively takes the 1 when attacks are declared.
So I like firing off everything but 1 copy of Wizards. But everything but 1 copy of Wizard's Lightning. No. I don't think that's where that's supposed to go. Face is juicier. Way juicier.
I'm looking back through the log. Were blocks declared there?
He took 1.
It doesn't actually matter because if you send them all to the face, then you're big enough with prowess triggers that you don't need to point them at the tireless tracker.
Yeah, well, so he took 1 damage saying no blocks.
Okay.
That's basically what that read. I don't see a world where this Wizard's Lightning was supposed to go face. Was not supposed to go face.
Janky line.
I don't know. Might just be me. He probably has more experience playing the deck. That's a card.
Yeah?
That flies. I mean, there's an Assassin's Trophy, so it doesn't matter, but it flies, so you play it, and then you pause the turn. I think numbers might have this one, just looking at how stacked his hand is. Don't you think?
There's another Siege Rhino, double Collie Toss with lifelink. Yeah, I think that's safe to say. In a pinch, if you absolutely had to, Languish can kill whatever Gandhi has without killing your own Siege
And I think
Siege Rhino.
I think Gandhi. Yeah. So I'm not sure if it would have mattered, but I think that Gandhi was a little too focused on killing other creatures while his opponent still had 5 cards in hand. Well, I think the only way you win this game on a Metal Good 5 is go face and go hard and go fast.
Yes. The famous, you char the face instead of charring the creature so that you can rip a helix off the top. That magic moment from 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's the one that everyone always refers to. Yes, that one.
Yep. It's one of the ones that's featured on the Wizards official channel. So, and I made a video of it where it's Guile's theme plays while it happens.
No plug at all. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Soulscar Mage does nothing, so we loot it away.
No. No. Alas. I guess you can play Soulscar. No, not that one. It doesn't actually matter. You're not attacking into the Siege Rhino, but you can play the Soulscar Mage, and since it doesn't have haste, it doesn't matter since you're not attacking into Siege Rhino.
Yeah, and I think that just you need burn spells.
No, you're right, because you need to discard it if you draw something you want. Like Roast, for instance.
Yeah, I think...
Okay, so never mind.
Roast...
Think about that for just one more second, Jay.
Yeah, you cannot actually loot if you don't have cards in hand. I mean, you can, but it's pointless.
Yeah.
I just thought about how broken it will be if you get priority before you have to discard when looting.
There was a time in Magic when the rules worked differently, where, for example, there's a moment in Lion's Eye Diamond, the card that says make 3 mana.
Yeah, I know what that's.
They're now together. You have to do them together, but there was a time when you had a moment in there when you could cast stuff, and it was exactly as dumb as it sounds.
Right, because you can put something on the stack and then use LED to pay for it. Is that how that worked?
I think it was you made the mana and then there was like a gap in the effect, and you could play something before you had to discard. That's my understanding of how that went.
I feel like the trick is that you put something on the stack, declaring I'm now casting this, then make mana.
Oh, that's a thing you can do now. Like in
can KCI, you do that?
In KCI, there's one trick that they have. Krark Clan Ironworks. It's a modern deck.
Yeah.
You actually use the announcement rule as one of your tricks, one of your loops. You announce you're casting the spell and then use the mana. Go on. Sorry.
I saw a post about that and it seemed really complicated, and I was like, well, I'm never playing this deck, so.
TLDR: if you're not playing it, play Stony Silence. That's it.
This seems... Hold on. Something is happening, and it seems really... okay, it worked out. If you don't draw a land there, you cannot actually cast... I mean, I imagine we're casting Caritas instead of Assassin's Trophy. I hope we are.
You have to, yeah.
I mean, you don't have to. You're in a very commanding position, but...
So,
it feels like you just want...
off the top, Smuggler's Copter gives pseudo haste. I'm sorry, go on. I'm interrupting you. I'm not meaning to.
Yeah, it's fine. So, I think that Kalitas just closes the door faster, and your point is not entirely true, because the same is going to happen as last turn. The creature is probably, unless it's a Pyromancer, it's not something that you want to cast instead of loot away. And the Soulscar Mage isn't attacking into Kalitas anyway.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going for Trophy. Not a huge fan of that line. I think you have to keep that in your... I mean, you can always just go to the steps, you know. Yada.
All this time later, we still haven't found that fourth land for... well, fifth land, but fourth for Ramunap.
Yeah. Now we have.
Trophy, we just got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is all before attack, so you don't get a loot trigger.
Mm-hmm. I am learning so much. Not just about the format, but apparently how bad of a commentator I am.
Ah, it's fine. We'll be fine.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So numbers is at a virtual 8 now.
Yeah.
I mean 6 technically because of the wild slash. But there's a Kalitas, and Kalitas just kind of do stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say, if somehow there's no block, then it's a virtual. Anyway, so 1, and then prowess trigger, wild slash, ramen up. So if we got everything we wanted on our Christmas list, then we would be at a virtual 4. Somehow. But,
I mean,
it's not happening.
So, play Kalitas, attack, don't block. You're at 8. So there's a combination of cards there that could actually kill you.
Mm-hmm. Ramen up sadly doesn't hit creatures, just each opponent.
Yeah.
So we can't do slash. Well, even if we.
I mean, the Ramen up.
We couldn't do slash and ruins. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I think the Ramen up. I mean, I think it would go face anyway.
Yeah.
This is. And if they're crack Ramen up runs, he goes to 8. I mean, how many of those were used already? 2. Like, if he doesn't block and there's a Wizard's Lightning, he just kind of dies.
Okay, so we're activating Ramen up now. Might as well use our mana efficiently. 10 to 8. Pyromancer.
Pyromancer 6. 2 plus 2 is in fact 4. Minus 1, that's 3 quick maths. I mean, I suppose we just cast the Pyromancer. You can attack first, that makes sense. Block, slash it.
Becomes a 1-2 and versus a 2-3. Ta-da. Still gain 1 life though.
And then next turn you're gonna cry because he's gonna languish. You're 2 creatures away, and then play another Kalitas. So.
That's exactly right. In fact, I see it since that's a woodland terror. He could languish and.
Yeah, your mic cut out at the end there, but.
Oh, sorry about that. So it's I was saying because of the woodland cemetery, you could go languish, and you still have 4 mana for activate, shambling vent, and attack.
Why don't you use that 4 mana on Kalitas?
I mean, well, that's fair. You could do either one.
Your opponent is gonna die.
0 that you don't need, especially since they'll be hellbent.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just running through lines, but yes, you could.
Yeah.
I suppose if you want to hide cards in hand, you could do that, but not really.
There's no need. Kalitas just gets the game over quicker.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, where you want to be. Oh, that's a Lily.
Hello. That's our fair lady.
That'll recur a Siege Rhino somewhere down the line, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still interested in how this game would have looked like if he went a little more aggressive to the face with his burn spells instead of targeting creatures.
I am still whoa.
So we're
gonna Lily kill the Pyromancer?
Yeah. This also makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Go Pyromancer, get a zombie.
Yeah, and unless a top deck burn spell comes, you can't attack into Kalitas.
Yeah. Which is, I think I still like the language line more because it makes a top deck burn spell just that much less good.
Yeah.
And it also, so,
Ooh.
I mean, oof. The other thing is that the Lily is going to be likely to have value later in the game, while the language is probably dead from now on. So I like using the language, but it's not like it matters.
Yeah. Let's see. So there's our Zamboni token.
There's our Zamboni token. Oh, that token is sweet. That token is sweet.
I dig it. That's
I
some,
dig
like,
it.
Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's if Skeletor were in Warhammer.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's cast a siege rhino, shall we?
Whew.
Also play 2 mana 4/5 with vigilance because that's fair.
Sing for me the song of your people. Okay, so this isn't exactly how the herd ability on Rhino works, but
Yes. All right. So we'll just watch as the final few turns of this game unfold. What I will imagine will be the final few turns.
it's all almost over.
Wait, what did he mill? He milled... Hold on. Can this work, please? It would have been really funny if he'd milled another siege rhino for the herd ability, you know?
Oh dear.
Alright.
So, fun random trivia. So you know how there's names for groups of animals, like a gaggle of geese and
Yes.
a pride of lions. For rhinos, you call it a crash.
I know that. Because there's a card in Magic that's a crash of rhino beetles, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
It's the stupid commander card that gets +10/+10 when you have 10 or more lands.
I don't know if this is actually true or if this is just true in apparently. So in Magic on Dragonstorm, the flavor text states that a group of dragons you call a storm. So since it's a mythical creature, I guess anything's possible. So we'll go with it.
Mythical creatures.
GG's, and there's the GG's.
Yeah. So with that, our first quarterfinal is decided. That means that numbers or wait, what was it? 8071, right? 8071
Yeah, 8071.
is moving on to our quarterfinals to face someone that I don't know because I haven't actually looked at the bracket.
I've appreciated getting to do commentary with you.
Yeah, I love doing it. It's been a while for me too, so I loved it. Is there anything you want to say about the match?
Numbers is being a good sport, I think, saying thanks, good game, sorry for the mold of 5 in final game. Yeah.
No, yeah, really enjoyed
You
this
don't wanna
match.
see
We did
that.
too.
Yeah. Alright. Good games to you both.
Yes.
So no, I don't want to say it quite that way. Yeah, GG's to you both. Yeah, that's... How do you say that?
Exactly like that. Well, what did you think about the format? Just from watching these 5 games, what do you think?
I appreciate having seen it evolve. It's been some while since, again, because there isn't much of a scene around here, since I've taken it as seriously as I would like. And this just puts a fire in my belly. Makes me want to go do some more brewing for it.
All right. Well.
And next time there's a league, you can be sure I'll do my best to be in it.
All right. Play something that's actually a deck that works as such.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 4-color control. If I'm trying to be serious, it's gonna be something 4-color control. Just keeping it real, unfortunately.
All right. Well,
I love Monastery Mentor. It's banned in Vintage for a reason.
Traditionally, I've always performed better on aggro decks, so we'll stick to that, I suppose.
Fair enough.
Anyway, with that, I think I'll be closing off the stream. So in 3, 2, 1, we're